Hi, I'm Serena, and this is my introduction video. You are watching this on YouTube because my computer is not supported by Zoom to do the recording. So moving on. So like I said, I'm Serena. I am a general psych major with a minor in child and adolescent studies. I'm hoping to go to grad school and to complete my master's and eventually doctorate to go into child psychology. And I am going to tell you a little bit about my family, so a little more background information onto me. I have 6 siblings. I'm the oldest of all of them. So there's me, the 21-year-old, and there's a 20-year-old, a 18-year-old, sorry, 2 18-year-olds, 2 16-year-olds, and a 5-year-old. Large age gap. But they are lovely, and I love them all. I have my mom and my dad, and then my step-parents. They all live in separate areas. My dad lives in Dallas, where Arlington is closer to here. And then my brother lives in Houston, and then my mom and my sister and my other brother lives in Corpus Christi, which is where I'm from. So Corpus Christi is considered my hometown, and it's where I usually go for all my breaks. It's about 7 hours from here, in case you don't know where that's at. It's like all the way down south. So moving on, what I hope to gain from this course is a better understanding of how to integrate my faith with my profession. And we've already gone into a little bit of this during the discussion on how to be what it might look like to be a sincere Christian in a profession that's not always on the same guidelines as Christianity. So that's been really interesting to read about, and I'm hoping to get more information like that out of this class on how people might view it, or how we might come across these mistakes and or these problems that we need to figure out and work our way through during our lifetime as a professional in the career of psychology. So some of my experiences with integrating faith and psychology has actually been done at my job, Thrive, where I work with middle school students. It's kind of like an after-school program, but it's dedicated to teaching them some foundational aspects of life. For example, our theme of last week was honesty. The week before that, integrity. Just things like that. And it's meant to be a way for students to still relax after school, but still gain something from it. And so I've had a lot of experience with integrating the faith into this program because it is a Christian-based program. They have foundational values in that. A lot of their foundation values derive from Christianity. And I even host a Bible study on Wednesdays with the students there that's dedicated to be around the theme. So the story that we decide to read that day and go further into depth with will be based on that theme. And with Thrive, they've been going a lot more into the psychology aspect of adolescence and trying to integrate that more into their lives, and pretty much trying to change the negative connotations that counseling tends to have this day and age. So they do group counseling, individual counseling. We have group sessions where we're just talking to them. So it's been interesting trying to integrate that with our faith. Some of the difficulties I've had with that with some of the students would be when some of them have a lot of questions, as adolescents usually do. They question the faith, and we even have some that aren't Christians at all. They don't believe in it just because that may just be how they grew up. And so having to navigate those questions while also not damaging their mental health, it can be difficult sometimes when all I want to say is, no, this is what is correct. This is what you're supposed to believe. And so I've had to learn how to be respectful of their opinions and understand where they might be coming from and the how they might have grown up, and how to relate that back to faith, and just find some common ground, like I've explained in some of my interactive posts. Find some common ground with them and relate their experiences to how this is what happened when so-and-so in the Bible did this, and this is how God responded to it, just to kind of give some scenarios about that. Some own personal problems I've had is I come from a very modern family. We take a lot of modern views. I did grow up as a non-denominational Christian my whole life, so that's really all I've known. But a lot of my family has kind of strayed from that, or they just take different opinions on the subject. But they're a very modern family, so it's been interesting having to navigate that I took on this role of wanting to integrate faith into my profession, or at least have a deeper understanding of how that could happen if that's something I chose to do. The Christian worldview, as far as psychology goes, has been really interesting and really burned into my brain, because it's talked about in every class, about the creation, fall, redemption outlook. And I really like that outlook, and it goes a lot with how Christian worldview with psychology views that. And so I've really appreciated that outlook on it, and I hope to learn more about that in this course as well. Some future challenges that I anticipate when I consider the integration is kind of like my experiences that I've had with Thrive and the students, and not being able to just straight out tell them this is what it says and this is how it should be followed, because I feel like that's going to look different for each person that I talk to, or each client that might not even bring it up, therefore I can't even talk about it in my practice. So I think some of the challenges are going to be having to talk to people who may not share the same values as I do, or even have greater values than I do in Christianity. They come off a lot more stronger than I do. And so I definitely think that's going to be a challenge for me in having to navigate those waters. But with God, all things are possible. So as far as the other future challenges, I would say that I would feel like the clientele with Christianity psychology, I don't know how that looks like, and that kind of scares me a little bit, as far as whether or not clients would be driven away from my practice if I was exclusively had that I was a Christian kind of counselor, just because of how the world is currently. But one of the students responded to one of my posts where I kind of mentioned that a little bit, and gave some feedback that yes, the world might be different, but who are we looking towards to our values and our morals? Is it God or the world? And that's a really great question, and how to navigate that idea. So I think I'm gonna try to keep that in mind going forward, that who am I choosing to listen to? The world's opinions or God's word? And so I don't think I have come across any other challenges as far as the integration of faith and psychology go. But that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it and got to know a little bit more about me. I look forward to having to watch your videos and get to know each of one of you a little bit more. I know I've gone to class with a lot of you already, so it's going to be fun getting to see each of your opinions on this subject a little bit more. But thank you.